Let's start with Paul Talbott, right?
Yeah.
Talbott. This can't say Talbott.
Listen,
Yeah.
Talbot.
for the record,
Talbot.
your name has come up in conversations between me and him, and he has never one time said anything other
Yeah,
than
I
Talbot.
said it right.
Never once.
You say it wrong, I said it
You
right.
call me Talbot, but my name is Paul Talbot.
Let's
Okay,
get
no.
with
I have
let's
other
get with
words that describe him, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
about Paul. You shouldn't say that shit on camera.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, we're being recorded right
let's get to the fact that when you came back from Europe, right? What was the first thing you told me when you came back from Europe?
now.
No. Tell me.
They're vicious.
Yeah, what else?
And we're all a bunch of pussies.
There you go. I was looking for the P word. Yes.
Including you. Sorry. But that's...
Can you believe he said that again?
He's going to get a headbutt.
So
No,
what's the difference?
but he described it to you.
Why do you
Real
think-
definition, right?
Cat.
Yeah.
What do you think that is? Why do you contribute that to?
I don't believe that we train to the degree that they do. I mean, we don't put in half the effort as far as daily routines as they do.
Well, fact is, most of these guys are weekend warriors, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Which is
here
cool.
in the U.S. No.
I figure they are.
I don't believe that anymore.
I think a lot of them are, but in my mind,
The chosen few, maybe.
I'm cool with the weekend warrior thing. What I'm not cool with is you complaining when you don't put the effort in. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
But I would agree and disagree because like now, as far as I started 10 years ago, that when I first started, weekend warriors, but now everybody trains. Maybe not 6 days a week. They're not waking up at training camps like these guys and eating what they want them to eat and training when they want to 2-3 times a day. But it's way different nowadays, in my opinion.
Except when you're sitting with somebody that trains 3 times a day.
Yeah,
Don't judge me.
that's exactly.
Don't judge me.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So it ain't like that now because you got people like Michelle, like me. I can't do that. I try 4, 5, 6 days a week when I'm really into it and I got a competition. But like her, like she's into it. You know what I mean? But like she's one of the rare few.
Well, let me
in
ask
this
you.
country to do that.
Let me ask you this. So obviously, WAF rules, everything's rigid. The elbow pads are hard. Everybody gets a dead load, fast start. How do you think some of these elite guys would deal with WAL rules, with the loading and the manipulation?
I don't think it'll matter, dude.
You don't think?
They are so vicious that it wouldn't matter at all. Like, I mean, I how many times have I pulled in the WAL? How many setups have I had? I mean, and before the WAL, I pulled in WAF rules.
Right.
So, I mean, I truly don't think it matters.
But you used to be a little vicious, dude. When you had to do that weight loss, nobody liked you, dude.
Right. I mean,
Nobody
before,
liked you
and
at
that's
165.
I blame that on myself for losing that, but I mean, it is what it is. I lost it, but they have it, and they go to win.
Well, see, I've heard Herman Stevens say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And I've always been like, I'm always, things I don't know. He's always said that they are like on a whole nother planet. And there's always been that piece of me that was like, I don't believe it. But now hearing it come from your mouth, it makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and I even knew that, like Todd Hutchings, Herman. I even talked to Herman too, and he said the same thing. Which you can't really. I mean, I thought I was prepared for it, but you can't be prepared for it because you don't know until you actually feel it. And
Yeah, but over here,
you're even ready for it. Really.
do you feel like we're kind of in our infancy when it comes to the arm wrestling, where they've been doing it for years and years and years, and it's a regular sport for them?
Well, put it this way: I talked to a couple Europeans, and they say that they're arm wrestling 2 days a week, and the bigger camps are having tournaments every weekend. They're not going to a practice. They're having tournaments among their camp every single week, and that's how they figure out who the best arm wrestler and who's gonna go to Worlds and represent their country. So, I mean, are we having tournaments every weekend? I mean, all
Yeah,
of
just
us
about.
in
Yeah,
the-
just
in this
about.
room,
Yeah, just about.
So,
that,
so
yeah,
we're all meeting up every
Yeah.
single weekend, and we're going to decide who's going to be in.
But
the-
how?
That ain't how it works.
Okay, well, how do you explain though? How do you explain though? I've never seen a sport with this many injuries in my entire life, right? How do you explain these guys not being injured every single fucking
I
week?
don't know, because they're basic, standard girl, kid, and man. I mean, they're not like Arnold Schwarzeneggers or Jay Cutlers, or they're not huge dudes. I mean, they're just average people. But I don't know. I cannot.
If
explain
I run
it
into
to you
100 arm wrestlers today, right? 99 of them gonna have some kind of problem. How are they not having those problems?
And are they having those problems, and they're just weaning out the ones that have the problem because they have so many guys to replace the guys that have problems? I don't know.
How many guys did you compete against that were older than you
How many guys did I compete
when
against?
you were over there?
Probably none.
To me,
Yeah,
that's the big.
I mean,
that's the
You the old man in the mountain over there?
Probably so. Yeah, I mean, all of them to me looked like mid to early 20s, maybe
Young
even 18, 19-year-old kids.
So that's what I was kind of trying to get at. Because I know, obviously, like North American longevity in arm wrestling, we have a lot of arm wrestlers who are competing at a really high level at a much older age than those guys are.
Right.
What do you think the factors are
Well,
there?
one factor is a lot of people in the U.S. don't even find out about arm wrestling until their mid-20s or whatever. But another one is it's a different style. I mean, they're 150% every single match, and they're going straight sideways, and they're using their bone joints, and they're not fighting for hand position or technique or nothing. They're just brute strength. And I mean, how long are you going to last at that? Like you said, I mean, yeah, they're young, but there is a couple old guys. But
Right.
It's like
right.
It's like the Thai kickboxers. Those guys are only, by the time they're 21, their career's over.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, is there 40, 50-year-old guys from those countries still competing at a high level? Sure, but I mean, can you do it like Todd Hutchings or whoever? Alan Fisher did it into his 60s and was great at it. So there is a few and far between, but there's so many of them
I know there's more.
that you just
I know there's
dish
more.
them out and create another champion. It doesn't even matter because that's their life.
Right.
Let's you know what? Let's talk about your partner there to the left, man. How you feel about your partner to the left there?
Oh, she's
Of course you're gonna say that. You're on camera right now.
she's
He's already
awesome.
called me a couple names tonight. But
Yeah.
It's okay.
But that was just between us. That was just to make you stronger.
Oh, I was trying to make you stronger.
See?
That's
See?
good. That's good.
See, when
Yeah.
you said that, you automatically got like twice.
She already puffed up a little bit. Yeah.
I did.
It
Yeah,
worked.
yeah.
It did work.
Hey, somebody's gonna have to interview her, man, because I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm already
Yeah,
screwed.
you're
Man.
good.
I'm screwed. Man.
Yeah, who do you want to pull this season of WL?
Who are you?
want to
Who are
pull?
you again?
Who I want to pull.
Oh, you gotta do who you are, because
Yeah.
Paul said nobody
No.
knows anybody.
Oh, that's very true.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
apologize.
Paul, yeah.
I digress.
Wait, what?
Nobody knows
Who am I?
who anybody is.
Apparently.
So what is your name,
Blonde
man?
Scorpion.
Ma'am, right there.
Miss,
I'm Michelle Dougan.
Mrs. You're who?
Michelle Dougan.
That's better. That's better.
Yeah, shut that right down.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that name, the Black Scorpion? Tell everybody where you got that name.
Really, I don't know about
Just do it.
Got to. Let's
See,
go.
powered interviewer.
that. Really? Well, I got it from Dan Carr.
Yes,
And,
that's the long story.
I'm not exactly sure. why.
Dan Carr is like a
He's
mecca in the
amazing.
sport,
Yeah,
man.
he,
Yeah,
like, started
he got
with
kicked
Gary.
out. He got the big story on Dan Carr. The guy got kicked out of CBS Wild World of Sports because he was too brutal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the big story,
Wow.
dude. Hell yeah, that's the story I want to know.
Okay.
So to get a
Yeah.
nickname from him is
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he don't like anybody. Well, he does like women. He likes a lot of women. Yes, I hate to say that, but yes,
I'm starting
yes.
to get uncomfortable.
I get a few messages and pictures once in a while.
I better
Really?
not get an email from Dan Carr.
No, I'm just Dan Carr will laugh
This is
about the
like
whole thing.
gonna
Yeah.
viral.
Now let's get back to the question.
Okay.
Who are you looking for this year?
Who am I looking for?
Number one.
Well, I have to start somewhere.
Yes,
So Angie Rose.
Angie Rose.
Prove where I'm at.
So what's your series at with her? Guys, I know you pulled a couple times, right?
I beat her for the hammer, and then she beat me last year, and so.
And then you screwed up because you didn't listen to your husband at the last one. Right, basically.
So, anyways.
Yes.
This year, I won her again to prove where I'm at. I can do right or left with her.
Don't listen to
I
him.
feel like you can.
I feel like
Anyone
I
but
can. She's
you.
a lefty
You mean,
too.
you know.
You know what a lot of people don't realize, and I'll bring this up a lot, and I'll bring it up again, is you are the only American woman to hold a hammer. There is no other American women that hold a hammer. If they live in America, they're not Americans, or they weren't at the time. You're the only American woman to have that.
Okay.
To me, that's important, but nobody else kind of thinks that's important.
I think it's important.
I think it's
Thank you.
important. Yeah, of
Thank
course you
you.
do. You're
Thank
sitting
you.
right there. Of course you're going to say that.
That
Sucker
feels
ass.
good.
I would
Such
say
a
that
sucker
back
ass.
there.
Sucker
Or
ass
over
right there.
there.
Jesus
But it
Christ.
doesn't matter.
Smoochy, smoochy.
I think it's important.
Yeah, let's kiss
I
some
want
ass.
Angie Rose.
You were just calling her
I want
P
Angie
word a
Rose.
little while ago, and now you're
I
kissing
feel
her
like
ass,
you
dude.
should shoot higher.
Let's see how that works, dude.
I feel like you should be aiming way above that.
Yes.
I feel
Now,
like
not to take away from Angie, I think you
Angie's
can't. I think
crazy strong.
I think you went into the last match. We talked about you having to be at least 85% going that last
She's a
match,
beast.
and you weren't.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you
But-
definitely can't take
But-
it lightly.
No, she's a beast. But I want Angie, and then I just want Via. I just want to crush Via.
So unfinished business. on both
That's a good one.
Oh my
That's a
God!
good one. Yeah, no, that's a good one. We like that one right
You've
there.
been thinking it though, so
And you
why
actually,
say it,
and you
right?
actually like her.
I like Via a lot,
Yeah.
but I just didn't give her what I have. I got to give her what I have and see where it goes. That's all. That's it.
I'm gonna celebrate so hard when you crush Fiat too. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Paul, you got a question? Hey, Paul, you got a question?
So yeah, I want Via and Sarah. I want Sarah too.
Now you
I
changed
know
the
Sarah.
water. Yeah.
So why
I
did
know
you just
Sarah.
say it doesn't matter? Because I'll crush them all. Because that's what you pretty much just said.
I mean, I do want to crush everyone.
Okay, well,
I want everyone.
there it is.
I want to crush everyone.
Nice. Look at that. Look at that. That face don't go with the crush everyone thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know what that is. I don't even know what that is. That's
Yeah.
not scaring anybody in the room. I just want you to know that.
It's
I was
like
scared.
You were scared?
Yeah.
Nice.
it's like
Nice.
a decoy. It's a decoy.
5% off Arm Assassins if you can give a good taste.
5%.
10%.
10%.
10? Oh shoot.
Yeah, that's it right there. There you go.
I don't know. But
What do you think about Paul's lack of interest in arm wrestling right now?
Paul who?
Paul Linn.
I love Paul Lynn. I love Paul Lynn.
Me.
Yeah.
That's lame.
He basically quit.
Well, that-
He basically
I
quit.
gotta have a talk with him.
All right.
I got this.
You got
He'll
it?
be back.
All right.
Give him
Who's
5
going to win the Cock of the Walk tournament?
Are you there?
No. He's coming down. If I get him a room, he's coming.
No.
Yeah.
What would you have said to me if I
Yeah.
was okay, sweet.
Yes.
Paul, who's gonna win it?
Who's gonna win? I don't even know who's in
Are you
it.
gonna do it?
Yeah, but if any middleweight that you know in this country,
My
in North
goodness,
America,
it's gonna be
it does
so
not have a
epic.
contract.
Listen. It could go with triple elimination. It could go to anybody, really. And if everybody shows up that says they want to be in it, man, don't miss it.
And
You know what I mean?
you're coming.
Don't miss it.
You're
because
coming.
It's gonna be great.
You're coming.
And yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
All right.
So yeah, don't miss it.
I got that on tape too. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good as gold. I could sue
Don't
your
you
ass.
have to
I could sue your ass for not showing up. I can sue you right there. Dude.
So now his wife
So,
knows
listen,
he's
yeah.
coming.
Yeah,
She
honey,
should come too.
Honey, you should probably go with me.
Honey.
But if you don't,
Who's honey?
His wife.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I said that earlier,
Yeah,
didn't I?
you said.
Yes, I did.
You already-
I said
you
that
invited
earlier.
her
Yeah.
Before I invited.
I
her.
Oh
did,
yeah,
I
he likes
did,
you.
I
He
did.
likes her more than you.
Yeah, well, that happens.
That's
a lot.
it. Do it. I live that life.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know.
used to that. So, but yeah, don't miss it for sure because I mean it's.
Yeah, any final
definitely
thoughts?
approved.
Not right now.
we wanna
How much Patron you had on there already? How much Patron you had already?
all of it.
I don't know. It's gone. It's gone.